Good evening everyone. Welcome to JAIIB CAIB English Medium channel. Hope you all are doing well. So in today's session we will be talking about IFS subject. But before moving towards the IFS subject in today's session, I would love to inform you all that we are starting a new series today that will help you more in clearing your JAIIB November 2025 paper, because this series will be inspired from your previous year questions or the previous year paper, right? So the name of the series, I guess you all are aware about it. It is Hero to Superhero series of IIFS, in which every day you will find all the 4 subject sessions here, and in which you will be able to cover important topics of your JIB, each and every subject, plus certain question practice will be done. And as I have told you, this series will be inspired from the previous year questions of yours. So definitely it is going to help you out to clear the paper and to understand what next can be done or what next can be added in our preparation for the JIB November 2025 exam. Okay, so let's move forward. Today we will be starting this series, and the timing of the series will be 6 to 8 p.m. for all the 4 subjects, right? So let's start. In today's session, this is the first session, so we will be talking about the topic which have been seen so many times asked in the paper of IIFS, and that topic is CSR. That stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. So in this session, we will be aligning the concept of CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. I guess every one of you is aware about the CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility, right? What is it actually? First of all, as the name suggests, it's a responsibility of a corporate towards the society. The corporate social responsibility represents the responsibility of a corporate towards the society, right? Now, when it comes to what responsibility, when you are working as a corporate in any country, you somehow using their natural resources, or somehow might be possible that the company is creating harmful effect on the nation, or we can say environment, or it might be harmful for the society of that country. So it is very important for every corporate to bring something or to give something back to the society. That's what the corporate social responsibility is. Okay, so let's start with the understanding of this. Just give me a minute. Also, do share this session with all the bankers you know who are preparing for the JIB November 2025 attempt, because these sessions will be very important for all of them to cover for their JIB November attempt. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, let's understand the essence of the CSR in India. So as you can see, corporate social responsibility is no longer a mere philanthropic gesture. It has evolved into a strategic imperative for the business worldwide. Okay, so what we are saying, it's not only a gesture that you show towards the society of your economy. No, it actually became a strategy for the businesses, not only in India, in worldwide. And in India, this evolution is practically pronounced with the unique legislative framework guiding its implementation. Okay, so the core aim, now this is important, the core aim of CSR is to voluntarily integrate economic, social, and environmental consideration into a company's core business operation. What we are saying, that what is the core aim of CSR? The core aim of CSR is saying that a company voluntarily means the company by itself involve economic, social, and environmental consideration in their business operations. Like whatever company is doing, whatever product they are making, whatever services they are providing, whatever their business operations are, in those business operations they have to take care, or they have to involve economic, social, and environmental considerations. That's what the core aim of CSR is, right? Like so many companies are there who actually follow the ethical behavior at the time of working. Like if we talk about many companies are working in India, but still people have that emotional attachment with Tata or Tata Group. Why? Because of Ratan Tata ji. And we can say because of the way the company is working, because The company has worked for so many years by continuing their ethical behavior. Their businesses was ethical. When a company is working, when the company is performing their goods and services, selling their goods and services, performing their operations, at that time they are taking care of these things, that every impact of our business should be positive on all the people, whether they are the employees of our company, they are the consumers of our company, they are the financiers of our company, or they are general public only, they who do not relate to our company. But still, whatever business we are doing, whatever business operations we are performing, it should have a positive impact on all the people, whether they are linked to the company or not linked to the company, doesn't matter, but our business impact should be positive for everyone. That's what the CSR actually talks about. Okay, like voluntarily company is doing the same thing. So this is what the CSR is. So you can see the holistic approach is designed to foster long-term growth while simultaneously generating a positive impact on a diverse range of stakeholders, including environment, employees, consumers, shareholder, broader communities in which business operate. That's the thing I have told you. Like, we are taking such kind of approach, like whatever we are going to do, it should have a positive impact on everyone. It should have, like, if I talk about EDU 24/7, right? We as an educational institution, we are doing a good job. We are teaching students who are, let's say, just now graduated and they got job in bank or in SSCs or in any central or state government departments. That's a good thing, Hana, the company have done. And after the selection also, company is there for providing classes for promotion, for the salary increment, for more better opportunities in the future. So company is helping the people out, Hana, to be good in their career, Hana, to have their better opportunities in their career. But at the time, doing the right thing for the consumers of the company, still we are using a lot of electricity, we are using air conditioners, we are using a lot of lights, we are using a lot of laptops, lot of computers, CPUs are there, a lot of these things we are using, and definitely it impacts our environment, right? Definitely. So you can see here one word we have added, environment, including the environment. So whatever you are doing, whatever your business operations is, your business operation should have a positive impact on everyone, on everything, including your environment also. So that's what we are talking about as the CSR. So now what happened for the electricity purposes? Let's say we started using solar power, we started using wind power. Okay, so these are what? These are the things that you can do to make positive impact of your business on everything. And that's what the CSR is talking about. Earlier it used to be voluntarily, like it's the company's wish, the company should do voluntarily, but now it have become a law, Hana, that we are going to discuss in the further slides. So you can see CSR represents a company continuing commitment to behave ethically, right, and contribute to economic development while improving quality of life of the workforce, their families, as well as the local community and society at large. So the same thing is there, that when we talk about the CSR, it represents that a company's continuing commitment is there, Hana, to behave ethically, to work ethically, and they contribute to the economic development. Okay, they are behaving ethically, they are not doing anything wrong, they are behaving ethically, they are doing economic development. At the same time, they are making the life of their employee and their family is good. They are making the life of local community good, and they are trying to make the life good of the large at society. Hana? So this is what the CSR is. This is how the CSR will work. Okay, so we have to take that approach that we move beyond the simple charity. If you have done a charity and you have given one or two times the help to the people, but we have to move beyond that. We have to create a shared value. We have to benefit the business as well as the society, both. Okay, so India's pioneer CSR legislation is section 135. So now, as I have told you now, CSR used to be voluntarily. है ना, like company voluntarily have to do that, but now it became the law. So this law is defined under Companies Act 2013, section number 135. So India stands out globally for being one of the first countries to introduce mandatory CSR provision through the legislation. Okay, and it is section 135 of Companies Act 2013 which provide legal bedrock for the CSR activities. So do remember, CSR is now a legislation which made it mandatory to be adopted by every company. Okay, and it is minimum 2% of the average net profit of the company. They have to invest in the CSR activities. Okay, so 2% of the net profit of a company have to be invested in the CSR activities. Like definitely your banks are also doing the CSR activity, like for example providing books, notebooks, syllabus books, stationery contents to the, let's say, poor children, right, in the country. Like if you have seen certain society there, the people are living whose children do not have capability to go to school because they are not able to pay the fee, or they don't have books and copy and pen and paper and everything. So you are providing that to the poor children. That's a part of CSR activity, right? You are doing plantation, that's a part of CSR activity, because you are doing something good for the society. Okay, now, so the timing of India's CSR law is particularly noteworthy. Why? Because when the CSR law was came at the same time, United Nations General Assembly introduced the Sustainable Development Goals, and the certain combination of the CSR activities and SDG goals are there. So you can see, if we talk about the CSR, it's a one legal and national framework. When it talks about SDG, it's other aspirational and global way to perform the sustainable growth, to have a mutual objective to achieve in the coming year. Okay, so now the CSR threshold have been given in India. The key CSR threshold are there. Net worth should be 500 crore or more. Turnover should be 1000 crore or more. Net profit should be 5 crore or more. Then they have to perform the CSR activity. And these criteria ensure larger, more profitable companies contribute significantly to the societal development. Hana? So it will help in what? It will help in the societal developmental in the country. That's what we are actually thinking about to have with the CSR. Okay, so the convergence of India's CSR mandate and the SDG position the country as a leader in corporate sustainability, demonstrating how national policy can effectively mobilize private sector resources for the public good. Okay, so when we talk about the convergence of India's CSR mandate, so CSR mandate is what? Like it became mandatory to maintain 2%. Hana? At the same time, the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal, positions the country as a leader in corporate sustainability. Okay, so it helps the country to achieve the SDG goals as well as the CSR activities. Now, the Schedule 7 of Companies Act actually gives us the certain kind of linkages with the SDG goal. So you can see Schedule 7 of Companies Act attempt to eliminate hunger, poverty, malnutrition, and these three are also in the part of SDG goals. Like simply said, Schedule 7 is trying to eliminate the hunger, poverty and malnutrition. Okay, and we wanted to intend to promote healthcare in the country. We want that we provide healthcare and sanitation, better sanitation, clean sanitation will be available. We want people to have a safe drinking water, clean drinking water. Okay, and the same SDG wants. So SDG like no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation. So no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation. They are what? These are the goals of SDG. Okay, these are what? These are the goals of SDG. If I talk about no poverty, this is the goal 1. If I talk about zero hunger, this is the goal 2. Okay, if I talk about your good health and well-being, this is the goal number 3. And the fourth, the next is clean water and sanitation. This is the goal number 6. So sustainable development goals, there are 17 goals we have. Out of these 17 goals, goal 1, 2, 3 and 6, they link with the schedule 7 activities of the CSR. Okay, so that's how they actually link to each other. So you can see direct CSR SDG linkage in India, how it's happening. First, eradicating hunger, poverty and malnutrition. So schedule 7 gives this 3 in the CSR, and in the SDG goal 1, no poverty, SDG goal 2, zero hunger is there. So direct link is there. Then you can see we are promoting healthcare and sanitation. So you can see SDG goal 3 is also saying good health and well-being. Okay, we want that the safe drinking water access will be there under the CSR. At the same schedules, goal 6 of SDG talks about clean water and sanitation. So this is the direct linkage between India's CSR and SDG linkage. Okay, now flexibility in CSR spending beyond the mandate. So mandate is of a 2%, right, that we have discussed. But flexibility have been given. You can go beyond the mandate. So mandate is your 2%, but you can go more than that. You can go for 4%, you can go for 6%, you can go for 10%, right? So first of all, CSR have been allowed if companies are capable and if they want to, they can invest in the CSR activities more than 2% of their net profit. And that excess amount you have done above the 2%, that's the mandate for you, that can be settled in the future. Okay, let's say for example in 2025-26 company was having a good profit and no investment opportunities were there, so company thought to invest 6% in the CSR in this financial year. But in the upcoming 26-27, the company have found that we have a better opportunity to invest in the government securities. So what they can do, the whatever 6% they have given, out of that 2% will be counted as a 25-26. Remaining 4% is there. It can, out of this 2% can be settled for the 2026-27. So if you have given access in this financial year, it will be settled down for the upcoming financial year CSR requirements. Or if you want, if you are capable in the future, you can do the additional 2% there. Hana? It's not mandatory, always you have to set off this access paid. It up to the company. If they want and in future they are not capable, they can set off. But if not, then they can pay the more. Okay, it's up to the company. So that's the excess amount spent can now be set off against the CSR spending obligation in future year, which subject to the specific criteria. Definitely, so you can see this impact on the carry forward provisions. What is the impact? First is it encourages larger and long-term projects for the company. Then it provides financial flexibility for the CSR initiative. You have option, you have flexibility to decide what to be done. Then it motivates companies to exceed minimum compliance. So your minimum compliance is 2%, because if you are capable, you can go for more. If some companies actually want to do something for the country, for the society, they don't have to be limited to a 2%. They can go more than 2% as well. Okay, now, so evaluation of CSR compliance, we are going to talk about, like till now we have seen what is CSR, why it was introduced, what is section 135, what is schedule 7, all of these we have talked about. Now let's talk about what happens in case of non-compliance of CSR. If any company do not compile with the CSR provisions, then what happens? So in case of non-compliance of the CSR provisions, it used to be taken as a criminal offense till July 2019, or I can say 2019. Till 2019, not compiling the CSR provisions used to taken as a criminal offense, and in that case the party who does this have to go for the jail, or there used to be the imprisonment of 3 years, up to 3 years. Okay, so those who do not compile with the CSR compliances, they have to go to the jail for the 3 years. That's the criminal offense was there when it used to be criminal offense, but then it was converted to the civil wrong, and in civil wrong this 3 years imprisonment have been replaced by the penalties, and now they started taking the monetary penalties. Okay, so March 2020 they started monetary penalties and removed this 3 years imprisonment. So for the defaulting officer, when there is a defaulting officer, they have to pay the penalty 2 lakh. It is for per defaulting officer. And for defaulting company, the defaulting company have to pay the penalty of 1 crore. Okay, so now it became civil wrong, and in the civil wrong there is a monetary penalty, but before it used to be the criminal offense, and in criminal offense there used to be the imprisonment of 3 years. Okay, so this is what the evolution of CSR compliance from criminal to civil have been done. Now the key takeaways: it have a legal framework under section 135. Then spending flexibility is there. You can now carry forward the excess CSR spending. SDG alignment are there, schedule 7, then SDG goal 1, 2, 3 and 6, they have some alignment with the CSR. And decriminalization, so it have been converted from criminal offense to the civil wrong. So this is how the CSR will be completed, and all of these points that we have discussed about CSR, they all are important. Okay, because the question if coming on CSR, it's not mandatory that they always ask about the section 135. No, they can ask about schedule 7, they can ask about CSR legal obligations, they can ask about the CSR non-compliance, they can ask about the definition, they can ask about what actually the CSR actually means. So everything we have to be covered. Okay, now how to cover the whole chapter? You can download the 24/7 application and then visit these batches of ours. If you are going for any 3 or 4 subjects, Hannah, then you have to go for the JAIIB Mahapack 2.0, or you can go with the Increment Mahapack. And if you are going for any 1 or 2 subject only, the remaining have been cleared, then you can go for the individual subject subscription batches. Hannah, so here you can click on the view all. Mahapack is here, Elevate batch is the newest batch, and you can see the subscription batches are there. So whatever batch you want to enroll, simply click on the batch, do read the offerings, do check the offerings here, then click on the buy now option, enter a code here that will be Y496 and apply. So once you apply, you find here 79% discount on 24/7 website. If you purchase from the application, you will get 80% discount and double validity if you use the code Y496. Okay, so do remember the process to enroll in any batch is same. You just have to go for it, and this is how you can enroll. And also do make sure you subscribe the channel JAIIB CAIIB English Medium and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you by us. And do regularly join this Hero to Superhero series, because it will be inspired from your previous year questions or previous year papers. That will be very helpful for your preparation. Okay, and also share these sessions with more and more bankers so that they can also take benefit out of these series, right? So that's all for today. Thank you all for joining today's session. We'll see you all in the next class. Till then, take care everyone. And also the registration dates of JAIIB have been extended till 30th of August. If you haven't done the registration, do it before 30th of August. Okay, thank you.